Okay, doke. Right. I'm going to show you how to use some key skills in a piece of software called Illustrator. So if we start by going to All Programs and we go to Adobe Creative Suite 5, which is at the top, and Illustrator is the yellow sort of orange actually, the orange one. Okay, so when Illustrator opens up, I'm not too bothered about the size of the canvas. So you can just go ahead and get a brand new document by going to File at the top here and saying New. As I say, not really fussed about the size, so you can just press OK once it sets up a document for you. Say OK. Right, we're going to be looking at 4 key tools today. So we're going to look at the black arrow, which so far we've called the Move tool. It's actually called the Selection tool. That just means if you've got a shape on the canvas, you can move it about, stretch it, do whatever you like with it. Okay, so that's the Move tool. I'm going to press Delete. We're also going to use this tool, which I introduced you to last week, which is called the Direct Selection tool, and that lets you warp different shapes. So if, for example, I do this, you can go to the white arrow, click on the anchor points, so you have to click on these points first, and then you can manipulate things in various different ways. So that is the direct selection tool. Always return back to your Move tool, it's good practice. Press Delete. The next thing I want to show you is how to merge different shapes. So if I'm going to, for example, let's create ourselves a little penguin, and if I hold down Shift, it will make sure it doesn't stretch. You see what I mean? So if you hold down Shift, you can do that. I'm going to do another ellipse. I'm going to make it in here. And then I'm going to select both of them. So I'm going to back to my selection tool, draw a box around both, and I'm going to go to Window menu and Pathfinder, which is halfway down. You can also use Shift, Control and F9, that's the shortcut key. Press Pathfinder, and then we're going to go to, you've got all these different shape modes, but we're going to use this one here, which is called Unite, so it basically joins or merges 2 shapes or 3 shapes, whatever, however many shapes you want together. So click on that, and that gives us one solid face. Okay. Another thing I'm going to do is show you the gradient tool. Okay, so if we go to up here, if we make this a nice solid colour, it should be a penguin, but we're getting there, early days. So I've got that highlighted, and I'm going to go to the side here, and I've got gradient. Okay, you can also find that in these menus at the top. So if you can't find it here, you can find it up the top. I'm going to go to gradient, and I'm going to sort of decide what type of gradient I want. Do I want it to be radial, which means it will radiate out from the centre, or do I want it to be linear? I want it to be linear. But I don't want it to go across, I want it to come down the way, so we're going to have to change the angle slightly here, like so. Okay, so I can change the angle so it's actually coming from the top or coming from the bottom, and you can also add your points where you want the gradient to be. You can make it less, you can make it more, if I wanted that all the way over there. You can also delete these points as well, so if I click on them and press delete the little dustbin here, then you can do that. Okay. We all also need to be aware of shading. Okay, that is what makes your thing look really, really good. First of all, though, I want 2 eyes here, so I'm going to press Control C and then Control V. I'm going to put them on there, and I'm going to let's make them white. So make them white. And if by chance you want to select more than one thing, if you hold down Shift, you can do that. You can select various different objects. Okay, I'm going to make the stroke a little bit more thicker on the outside. I'm going to do the same for the eyes. In fact, I've switched off the stroke for the eyes, so I'm going to make that a little bit heavier. I'll make that 7. Yeah, I'm going to make that one 7. There we go. And then I want to another ellipse. So Control C, Control V, copy and paste. Okay, let's make this a solid colour this time. You are going to do this one, but then you're free to create your own character after you've tried this little tutorial. Okay, so there we go. I also want to make a little circle for the middle, so I'm just going to do it here, colour it white. Oh, there it is. and take the stroke away. We don't want any stroke at all on that, and I want to copy that, so Control C, Control V. And we can see we're starting to build our character, okay, nicely. Finally, the last tool I want to show you is the pen tool. So it's a fountain pen. It looks like a fountain pen. With this tool, you can make pretty much any shape that you like. You have to click and let go. So lots and lots of different clicky movements. Okay. If you click and hold, it will start to warp and do these crazy shapes, which we do not want to have happen. Okay. You can also round these off at the top, so you can make it a little bit smoother. So say for example, it's not very smooth, you can make that a little bit smoother by pressing the bit at the top. I'm going to undo that because I don't want that right there. I'm going to get rid of that. We don't want to use that. I would suggest, if you wanted to do a mouth or a beak or something, using the ellipse tool and then using this one here, so your warp tool. So anchor, change it, click on the anchor, change it a little bit more. Okay, and you can see we're getting what looks like a nice penguin. I think it's a penguin. Looks like a penguin. Also, yeah, these solid colours aren't very nice. I like to look at the shades. So if you go into the shades up here, you get a nice different sort of shade of orange. And that's how you do your nice sort of highlight. So if I wanted to do a highlight on the side here, I would do another ellipse. I would then resize it, roll it around the side, and just give it a different sort of tint, so maybe slightly lighter or slightly darker, and that's how you get your shading. Okay, right, give the penguin a go, and then once you've mastered the tools, the shape, merge, you've mastered the pen tool, you know how to get an ellipse tool, which if you click and hold on the rectangle, that's how you get that. Once you've done that, you're free to do your own vector graphic. Should be quite simple. Okay,